Today we're talking about how to zero the red dot on your pistol. Hey guys, this is Dave Tim. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Today we're continuing our discussion talking about the red dot on your pistol. Previously on the briefing room, we did a couple of other videos talking about pistol mounted red dot sights. Now we're starting kind of for the beginner shooter here, so today we're talking about how to zero that sight. And for those of you guys that don't know, zero means aligning the point of aim to the point of impact on the target. Now it's relatively easy to do and you don't need very many things to do it. However, you will need access to a range. And a couple of things that come in handy are any tools or the systems that came with your sight. So for example, the Shield RMS comes with the little mini dial with the hex wrench. We'll have some close-up video of that. You can see that. Otherwise, if you're shooting like this Trijicon RMR, you just need a small flathead screwdriver. A couple other things that really make life a lot easier is the target, which I'll talk about here in just a second, as well as a Sharpie marker so you can go ahead and mark your rounds as you are completing the process. Now when it comes to the target, I got to give credit where credit is due, and the guys at Arma Dynamics really did a good job making this target. It is a 10-yard zero target for the RMR, and what's nice is the clicks are aligned for 1 minute of angle, which is what the RMR uses. Now the Shield Mini sight uses its own little dial system, and it has on the dial it tells you how much of a turn to adjust for a certain distance, but depending on the sight that you're using, you may find if it has 1 minute of angle adjustments, this target will work really great for you. And what's nice is as we're shooting, we just use the chart. So if we were over here, we would line it up and we would have to move 20 clicks to get our point of impact meeting our point of aim. So a really great target system. You can download these for free online on their webpage, and again I'll put a link for that also in the description. But really cool target. Now when it comes to what distance we zero our pistol at, ideally 25 yards would be great, but for a lot of shooters, shooting at 25 yards is kind of a stretch. So this 10-yard zero target works out really well. We can get on at 10 yards, we can confirm at 25 or even greater distances depending on the range that's available to you and your ability. So let's grab our eyes and ears and let's get to it. What ammunition should you use? Well, you can get it close with a practice ammunition such as a ball round or a full metal jacket round. But ideally, if you're going to be carrying this in a self-defense situation or a duty gun, you're going to want to finalize your zero with your duty carry ammunition. Let's get started. All right, I kind of yanked one of them there. That's a pretty good set for this first gun. Gross. I yanked that last one bad. That was ugly. But let's go see how the rest of them looked. So this is with the Shield RMS, and as I can see consistently, it's not the greatest group, but I'm not trying to make excuses. It's been a long day teaching out here in the sun. So I'm a little tired. Again, not making excuses, but definitely not my best work. But if we kind of split the difference somewhere around there, that's going to tell us that I'm definitely a couple inches low and to the right. So I'm going to make the adjustment based on the mini dial for the Shield to compensate for that. Now, when I was shooting the RMR Glock 34, this is that one I yanked, just a bad shot at the end. But these three here are decent shots. This one is probably me, but if I say that these three were good, if I kind of look here and I center that, I'm about 5 clicks low and 5 clicks to the right. So now we'll make that adjustment and try again. Definitely tired. I'm moving around a little bit, but not a horrible group. Now let's try the other gun. Let's go check it out. All right, so this was my first group. Now my second group, I made an adjustment, and it looks like it's getting better, but I need to go up just a little bit more and tighten up my group, be a little more consistent. So we're gonna mark this group. Now we're going to look at the 34 34 is not a horrible group. These three looked really good. They probably felt pretty good. So I'm actually going to come down now, and I'm going to come down, if I center this, come down 5 and kind of do my fine tuning. So hopefully this next volley goes a lot better. So a little bit better. The shield, I had 2 shots here and 2 shots here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and split the difference. I'm gonna come a little bit to the left. And as far as the 34, you know, I'm gonna take that for the day that I've had and the shooting is a 0 session. 4 out of the 5 are in the black circle. I could probably tighten up a little bit if I was using a bench or something like that. I'm just gonna make one final adjustment with the shield and we'll see what we come up with. All right, and my last group with my 17 with the shield is in the dot, so I'm going to take that. So this gun is now zeroed at 10 yards. So now what we're going to do is we're going to walk back and verify at 25 on some steel. This one's ready to rock and roll. Let's try the 34 with the RMR. I'd say it's on. Let's push our luck. Let's head back. Not bad. I missed a couple in there, but when I did, I could tell that dot wasn't quite where I needed it to be. So we're at the 50. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's try the 34. That is how I zero my red dots on my pistols. I start at the 10, make my fine-tune adjustments, and then I walk back to the 25 and 50. Now, I'm blessed I have the opportunity to do so with the range, but if you don't, walk it back as far as your ability or your range allows to see if you have to make any adjustments to your hold. Now, we were able to hit our 8-inch plate at 50 yards once we zeroed, so that gives us a pretty good point of aim, point of impact for an effective range for a pistol like this with our carry ammunition. Now, don't be afraid to use a rest as well. So if you have a sandbag or some other type of rest that we can rest the gun on so we can get that consistent sight picture and consistent groups, that might be a solid option. Don't be afraid to use that as well. If you have any questions about the topic, please check out the other videos that we have done and subscribe to see the future videos we have planned. Or even better yet, leave a comment in the section below and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out gunsandtactics.com as well. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.